So problem number 1, solve the inequality, graph the solution set. We got 2 plus 2k less than or equal to 8. Gonna subtract 2 from each side. And 2k is less than or equal to 8 minus 2, which is 6. Divide both sides by 2. And we get a k that's less than or equal to 3. And then you got to graph it. So k being less than or equal to 3, we put the 0 and we put a 3. And then it's closed on the 3 because it's less than or equal to. And we shade to the left. In problem number 2, we got 26 plus 6b greater than or equal to 2 times 3b plus 4. So when we do the distributive property on the right-hand side, we get 26 plus 2b is greater than or equal to, 6b. Greater than or equal to 6b plus 8. Now, if you've got a positive 6b on both sides of this inequality, you can just cancel them out. That's what would happen if you subtract 6b from each side. So if you bring down your 26 greater than or equal to 8. Now, 26 is always greater than or equal to 8, isn't it? So what this becomes, your solutions are all real numbers. Just go. And the graph of all real numbers, I think we talked about it yesterday, would be, we plot the 0 on the number line, and then we're closed on it, and shading both directions. All right, problems 3 and 4 is the inequality sometimes, always, or never true. So in problem number 3, we've got negative 2 times 2x plus 9 greater than negative 4x plus 9. So distributive property on the left, negative 2 times 2x is negative 4x, and negative 2 times positive 9 is negative 18. Again, we've got the 4x, the negative 4x on both sides of this inequality, so we can cancel it out. We bring down the negative 18, the greater than positive 9. And negative 18 is never greater than positive 9. So this is a never. In problem number 4, we've got 2 times 10x minus 5 minus 9x less than or equal to 11x plus 13. So again, distributive property first. 2 times 10x is 20x, and 2 times negative 5 is negative 10, minus 9x less than or equal to 11x plus 13. The 20x minus 9x gives you 11x, and the negative 10 comes down, less than or equal to 11x plus 13. And we've got the same situation. All right, so we'll cancel out these 11x's again. And negative 10 is less than or equal to 13. Negative 10 is less than or equal to 13. Is that sometimes, always, or never true? I think it's sometimes, right? Because it's not going to be equal to 13, is it? Negative 10 will never be equal to 13. So we got to go with sometimes on this one. All right, then we've got 3 compound inequalities to solve and graph. So number 5, 5x plus 10 greater than or equal to 10, and 7x minus 7 less than or equal to 14. So this, we're going to solve each equation individually, or each inequality. So subtract 10. And we get 5x is greater than or equal to 0. And then divide both sides by 5. We get an x that's greater than or equal to 0. All right, in this other inequality, we can add 7 to each side. So our 7x is less than or equal to 21. Divide both sides by 7. X is less than or equal to 3. And then when you graph that, we're going to plot the 0 and the positive 3. We need greater than or equal to 0. So we're closed, and we're going to the right. And then we need less than or equal to 3. So we're closed on the 3, and we're shading less than the 3. So there's your graph. Problem number 6. (4x minus 5) less than negative 17, or 5x plus 6 greater than 31. So again, we're going to solve them both. So add 5 to each side. Let's see, we get a 4x that is less than negative 17 plus 5 would be negative 12. Divide by 4. and our x is less than -3. In this other inequality, subtract 6 from each side. 5x is greater than 25. Divide both sides by 5. And we get an x that's greater than 5. So when you graph those, we're on the -3 and 5. We are less than -3, so we're open and we're going to the left. To the left. We're greater than +5, so we're open again and going to the right. And then last but not least, we got problem number 7. -2 less than or equal to 2x minus 4 less than 4. What we're trying to do in this inequality, in this compound inequality, we're trying to get the x by itself in the middle or in between the inequalities. So we start by adding 4 to the middle, to the right side, and to the left side. So -2 plus 4 is 2. It's less than or equal to 2x, which is less than 4 plus 4, which is 8. I'm going to divide everything by 2 now. And we get 1 that's less than or equal to x, which is less than 4. So on the number line, we plot the 1 and the 4. We are closed on the 1. And 1 is less than or equal to x, which means x is greater than or equal to 1. So we're moving this way to the right. And then we're open on the 4. And our solutions are less than 4, so we're shading to the left. All right, that completes your study guide for your quiz tomorrow.